Hi, everyone. Linda Israel here. Thank you so much for being here during my live stream. I greatly appreciate your support. I've pre-recorded this so that we can have some of the behind the scenes done while you listen to me for just a moment. I again want to thank you so very much for being here during my live stream. If you could give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends so that they can come join us. And if you will also give me a comment in the comment section after this video is done, and then definitely speak up in the chat and say hi. Lastly, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Now, if you're watching this as a replay, generally, if you're on a computer, you can go down below and look for the little gear. You can change that and make the speed faster. If you're on a mobile device, look up in the corner, up in this area for 3 little dots, and you can change the speed there as well. Those of you that are here live, do definitely speak up in the chat. I greatly appreciate you being here. Well, those that are here live earn a virtual currency. Junkie Joe should be coming up here in just a moment, and you'll be able to check how many bucks that you have. What are bucks? They're junk bucks. It's just a virtual point system that I have created on my account when we're live so that you can redeem those once you get to 2,000 for a $10 off coupon to my shop. So you can type exclamation point bucks to see how many that you have. And if you have 2,000 and you're ready for a coupon code, type exclamation point award, and my official note takers will take down that information. Now, if you haven't already created an account on my website at lindaisrael.com, please do so, and then send me a message through the contact form letting me know what your YouTube username is. Why? So I'll have your email address and I can email you your coupon code. Also, if you make a donation throughout this live stream, you can be added to my YouTube donators membership that I have on my website. So again, create an account, say, hey, Linda, I donated, and tell me what your username is on YouTube if it's different. That way I can get you added to that. At the end of this stream, I will have journals made, and you will have the opportunity to win one of those journals. Throughout the live stream, we'll have some various raffles, and we also have in-chat games. So be looking out for that in the chat, and I'll kind of speak it up when I get to it. For example, if you type exclamation point raffle, right now you can be in a chance to win 200 junk bucks. So you'll be well on your way to getting 2,000 junk bucks. Normally, Robin is my official note taker. Sometimes Angelica is my official note taker. It kind of depends on what's going on. These are members and administrators of my Facebook group, the Friendly Junk Journal People Facebook group. If you haven't joined that group, we'd love to have you come and join us over there. What else? Let's keep the chat upbeat, friendly, and helpful. Hey, if you have a question, try to put it in all caps. That way I'll see it. If I don't see it, please don't be offended. The chat sometimes moves fast, and I'm usually looking down trying to create things. So please ask again. But if you know the answer that someone else's question, please go ahead and answer for them. I greatly appreciate that. Let's see, what else? Oh, if you have a YouTube channel, you can't post your link, but you can say, I have a YouTube channel, and tell us a little bit about it. Tell us your channel name, something like that. Tell us what you do. We're going to get started here in just a moment. I'm looking at the time. So roughly 5 minutes is when I'll get started. So it should be just a few more seconds. So definitely hang out in the chat, and we'll get started here in just a moment. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So glad to have you here. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Hello, hello, hello. I hope you are well. Hope you had an amazing weekend, that you had some fun and got to do some things that you enjoy, spend time with your family, etc. I've been busy, busy, busy. I've got the subscription boxes just about ready to ship. I picked up this morning the printed portion of the kit, so now I have to sort it because all they do is print it. They don't package it or anything. I do all that packaging, so I've got to do that next. Hey, Julie. Hey, Bonnie, Jennifer, Jeannie, hello, and Morgan and Debbie and Robin and Ada, and who else is here? Thank you all for being here. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoy this. Hey, Laura, welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's see. I think I owe a couple people some messages back. I think Debbie, you're one of those, and I think who is the other one? The one from Canada. I've got a couple people that I need to touch base with on their orders, and if oh yeah, Amanda Dawn, if you're watching, I sent you an email. Look at it. If you're watching. Yay, I'm glad. You can't wait for it, Morgan. I hope you enjoy it. So I'm working with the planner portion of the kit today. And I tend to have relatively smooth, flat pages for my planner. I did do a fancy page, and I've got the rest of them are pretty much just simple, so I'm going to kind of speed through a couple of things and spend more time on the most complicated of the pages, which is a pocket and good stuff like that. So I have some mop-up papers. If you have been watching any of my tutorials or videos, you know that I make mop-up papers, and that's where I spray through a stencil, and then I take another piece of paper and lay it on top of that stencil, and it mops up the tattered angels that's on top. So I'm going to use one of these pages for a journal page in our planner. I have the, I don't know, swirly border, I think. Maybe curly border, swirly border. And I just thought it would be a pretty accent to add right on the bottom of this page. So I'm going to do it again on this side. And then on the other side, did I do it on the, yeah, I did on the, I do a sample sometimes, and I did this time. In fact, I made a sample that I get to keep. I told Robin I'm just going to do the one journal today. I'm hoping that I won't have to spend all day here, as I've got a bazillion things to do. I'll put that back over there. And then I made a journal for me, so hopefully I'll be able to use it. I hope. So on this side, I've got the Beeline Designs small butterfly. It may be called Butterfly Small. And just do something very simple. Just stamp it like that. And since I'm stamping, I'm going to flip my page over. And let's just stamp it again on this side. Okay, real simple. Very, very simple. But just because it's simple doesn't have to not be pretty, because I love the way that pattern paper looks. If you want, you can come in and spend some time adding some distressed edges. Oh, thank you, Debbie, for your donation. You can add the distressed edges. Now remember, if you don't have all the tattered angels and the stencils that I do, think outside the box. Maybe you have a kitchen mat that makes a cool pattern whenever you lay a coffee dyed piece of paper on it. Maybe you have a kitchen sponge that has a cool pattern that you could daub into some ink and then make a pattern on your page. So don't feel like you have to have exactly all the supplies that I have. Thank you, Lori, for your donation. Look at what you have and say, okay, Linda used that, but what can I use to do it, okay? Yes, just simple black rubber stamped images. Isn't that easy, Lori? It's just so elegant in my thinking, because it's just so simple. It's flat, so I don't have to worry about a lot of bulk being added to my journal. Yes, this is on copy paper. You could take a piece of book page and paint it with acrylic paint and then do some stenciling designs on it. But, you know, sometimes just simple paper works just great. From the one from Canada. Barb, for some reason, your name just left me. I was like, what is her name? She's from Canada. I'm going to be sitting down at my computer tomorrow. I have to work on getting the final rubber stamps of the week before we go on vacation that I can get together so we can ship them. So I will be looking at all my messages, and I'll look at your order and see what we can do. Okay, so I've stamped on here. So the next thing that I'm going to do that is really simple, this is one of the fussy cut elements from the kit, and I'm just going to glue it up here in the corner. Sometimes we can go simple. We don't have to have an elaborate decoration on our page, okay? So we've got this page. You know what? I've got one of these page tabs that come in the kit, and we're going to put it right here on the front. You know, sometimes when you have a planner, you want to thumb to a certain day, and if you have a tab sticking out, you can look at that and say, oh, that's where I need to go. Now this comes in the kit. Now if you don't have the kit, you can look at pieces of paper and just cut your own little tab. Okay? All right, so I'm going to flip this over to the back. And this is one of the fussy cut elements in the kit, and I was laying it out here. I wasn't laying here. No, I was not laying in my studio. There's not room. I was looking at it laying here, and I was like, okay, what can I put with that? Because this one's very narrow. And I thought, well, maybe if I mat it on top of another piece, and I thought this craft colored cardstock would work, and I'm just going to trim it, and then we'll come in here and I'll make a snip in the middle, and then I'm going to make my scissors come meet that snip like so. And it's not perfect, but I like it. And then I'm going to add some distress inks to it. I think I need to re-ink my ink pad again. I've used it a lot today. All right, so I just added that. And I think I'll just put that right in the middle on top. I'm going to do this. Squirrel! Oh, save some space for the nautical vacation journal for my books pages. Okay, awesome. Thank you, Lori. I look forward to that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I have been working on a few things to get ready for my vacation. I've decided that I want to take a very small work project with me, and I'm going to just put glue, because this is on this side, across the top and down the side here. And I want to work on different ideas for making pockets and using book pages. So I've got a little kit that I've sort of put together. It's not final, and it may not go in what I've started with, but I'll show it to you in just a few minutes. So I can take stuff with me to fussy cut to play with while I'm on the cruise, but not a lot. There is a squirrel stamp. I did get a squirrel stamp added to my shop, and I think I also got, I don't know if I've got it added yet. I've got a squirrel stamp and a squirrel postage stamp, both. I don't know if they're in the shop yet, because, you know, sometimes that happens. In fact, I added a new stencil this weekend that I thought I'd already uploaded, and it's coffee beans. I don't even have a sample of it yet, but coffee beans is a new stencil in my shop. So this I thought would just kind of slip right under there. Just really simple. Okay, the cute squirrel. Okay, I don't think I have the postage stamp. I'm not going to let that get under there yet, because I don't want it to stick to the glue. Don't be sticking to the glue. So I'm just going to paper clip it for now and set this aside. All right, so we need that. Let's go here. Trying to get all my desk organized. I'll show you a page that I made. So Beverly of Beeline Designs did some coffee dyeing, and she came over and gave me a whole stack of papers, and I thought these were just too pretty. I could not pass them up. She had a plastic lace tablecloth, if I remember correctly. Okay, the postage stamp's not in there. Okay, I'll get it in there. And she laid her papers that had been dipped in coffee on top of the lace, and it just transferred this beautiful pattern when it dried. And then I used the Journal Quartet #2. This is the one that I created in my shop, so it complements Beverly's. So if you have that set, great, use it. If you want more, because you want 8 different fonts to say journal, then you have that by picking mine. And this was a piece of book page that I had cut off because it was too wide or whatever reason, and it didn't have any printing on it. So I stamped on it and put that on top. Isn't that beautiful, Lori? Isn't that pretty? It's just laying on a plastic lace tablecloth. So be on the lookout, maybe at your secondhand shops or your thrift stores, or even specialty shops that you go to. Maybe you'll see something that's lace looking. Maybe even think about a placemat that has a pattern on it, something like that. On this side, I used the open lattice stencil, and I used something that Barb wanted me to make, which was the double coffee ring. So I thought it'd be kind of cute because you can see it poking out there and on that side. And then across the top, this is a floral rose border. I don't remember the name of it now. And I stamped it in sepia, and I put one of the page tabs down on the bottom here. And again, the journal on the back side. All right, so that is the next one. I'm trying to organize my papers here. Okay. And then I'll show you another page that I made. So this time I took the lemon stamp. I'll show you what it looks like. That's the lemon stamp. And I stamped all the way around the outside edge of another mop-up paper. And this is one of the page flags that comes in the kit. And I had, where'd I put it? Oh yeah, it's right here. I had an extra journal card, but I put it away. Oh, this will be perfect. So here's a journal card, so that'll slip. It won't go up under this portion because I glued it down, but it would go under that portion. So you'll have a little bit of a journal card. On this side, I kept it relatively simple. Again, stamping all the way around. This is from the Find Your Wings set. It's a set of 4, and I stamped it on craft cardstock. I like the way that looks. Yes, when you're coffee dyeing with a lace tablecloth, do I place it on the wet page for a while as it dries? So what she did was she had a tablecloth that she laid down on her table, and then she would lay a page on top of the tablecloth and allow it to dry. It may take a while to dry. Could be, a couple hours. Depends if you have a ceiling fan. Depends how saturated your pages are. I have layered things in like a sheet pan where I've put a paper, a stencil, a paper, a stencil, and so on, and let it dry overnight. You have to be careful though, because if you have too much coffee on your pages, they will stick to the stencil a little bit. Now they'll kind of pop off, but what will happen is you'll have a shiny look to one side of your coffee dyed papers. Just a word of caution. So here I put one of the page tabs on this side. And then again, I just did the lemon stamps around the outside edge. I just thought it was just simple, not too elaborate. All right, so now I have some Blackberry dyed copy paper. Yeah, I had to think what kind of paper it was. Blackberry dyed copy paper. And it was interesting. I had blackberries that grew in my backyard. I put them in the refrigerator when I picked a batch because we were going to make a cobbler like within the next day or so. And when I looked in the bag, it had been more than a day and they were starting to get bulky. And I thought, you know what? If I am dyeing paper, you're very welcome, Lori. If I'm dyeing paper, it doesn't really matter what you've done it on the oven. I guess you're too impatient to use the plastic. Yes, I understand, Lori. I understand if you want to do the metal things, those work better. Plastic is don't go in the oven. Hey, Rhonda, I owe you a message. Don't worry, it's coming. So I took those blackberries and I dumped them into a pan with lots of water and I cooked them, I guess you call it simmer, for about an hour. And then I poured off the liquid into a container and got rid of the berry pulp. And I just started laying pieces of paper into a cake pan, just one after the other, just kind of making sure that it hit the water, and then I would push it down. And I would take another one and it hit the water and I would push it down. Sometimes I'd flip it over to make sure it got saturated. And then once I was done, Henry said, well, aren't we leaving? I'm like, oh yeah, let me wash my hands. So I just left them and I let it, yucky blackberries, yeah. I let it set in that water, blackberry water, for, I don't know, 2 hours or so. And when we came back home after wherever we went that day, I hooked up our heat press that we use for garment embellishments to heat press items onto our garments. You could use an iron. And I laid the papers out and pressed them. And so it dried them really fast. And I like the way that looked. All right, so simply, I'll show you my technique of going around the edge. I've got the Sketched Wildflowers stamp. And I like that this at baby's breath is right here at the edge. So I'm just going to take my stamp and kind of alternate it up and down on my page just a little bit, so you just get a peek of the flowers around the edge. And I like this technique because, again, if you're doing a planner, more than likely you really want to keep it as streamlined as possible, because you are going to be writing in it. You're going to be, you know, your to-do lists and what has been checked off, and maybe you're going to write your appointments down. Or you may decide that you want to glue in things that happened that week, month, however long you use your planner for at a time. And if you have overly embellished pages, then it really makes it super bulky. But see how easy that is just to stamp it really fast? I mean, I don't care if it's not perfect, because I'm just doing it for the pattern. Blackberries are expensive. Well, and I have my own. I grew them in my yard. I bought at our local home improvement store. It's called Lowe's. They had a blackberry bush marked down to like $3. Normally this plant would sell for like $25. And I was like, well, $3, and it's kind of puny looking, but you know what? I'm going to take it home. So I took it home, and it stayed in the pot for a little while because I was trying to figure out, where are we going to put this thing? How are we going to do this? And then finally, Henry and I made the decision, after we did some reading about how big they grow. We put it in the ground, and then it took I don't know, a year for it to grow. It doesn't produce berries the first year. And then this year it produced a ton of blackberries. Yeah, so I grew them. So I didn't buy them. And I had cherries in my backyard as well, but I didn't think to use those to dye. Henry threw them out before I got to them. I had to put some in the refrigerator again, and was getting ready to do it, and I opened the refrigerator and he had thrown them out. But thankfully my friend Beverly, when she was doing the coffee dyeing, she took the excess cherries that I had given her. She made a cobbler with it, I think. Maybe it was a pie. And she had some leftovers, and so she boiled it and she dyed some paper, and she gave me some of the paper. Oh, I can't see your comment now, so I don't know what it was, Julie. Sorry about your problem. Okay, so I've added one of the page tabs. Isn't that pretty pink on there? Yeah, inedible. There you go. You can, there's, we have polk plant that grows wild here in Oklahoma, and it is poisonous as it is, but if you cook the polk, you have to boil it, rinse it, boil it again, then you can eat it. It is not my favorite. It's okay. I got to eat some when I went to visit my daughter, and her adopted mom, who's raised her, made some, and I was like, okay, this is interesting. It's not that I hated it, but it's not something that I would go, oh yeah, give me some. If that makes sense. Ah, gotcha. When you're on a phone and YouTube, the chat links won't open, but it work on a tablet. That's interesting. How weird. All right, so I'm going to glue this down on the side as a tuck. So I'll go across the top and then down the right-hand side. I like doing it that way. It gives a little bit more stability when you go to put a journal card underneath it. Sorry, Julie. Yeah, pokeberries make a great dye for paper. And I just saw back behind our property here, we have what's called, it's a storm drain. It's just a creek, but it's a emergency storm drain. So basically there's a little bit of water that runs in it on every day, unless it's super dry. And then when it rains a significant amount, it's like 8 feet deep. You'll probably poison the journal recipient. Lori, make sure you boil them and then you should be okay. All right, so I have the tiny library card. You know, this is a rubber stamp that I offer. I'll have to get it out so you can see it. It's a little bitty stamp. I designed it. I put it together. I've been wanting one of my own for years and years and years. And I finally got one. And we're going to grab some of my Tattered Angels dyed fabric. I want a little piece of that. So let's see. Maybe I was trying to see where my scissors were. Maybe about that much. Just a little piece of it. And we're going to put a little glue up here. And we'll put the fabric kind of come across. I think I have a little too much, so I'm going to trim it. And I'll put that in my bin, and who knows, maybe I'll use it someday. And then we're going to put the little library card on top. You do not consume this journal. Exactly, Bonnie. They shouldn't be eating the journal. Don't lick the pages. That's awesome. As the description of your journal says, this is a handmade journal. It was made with pokeberries. Please do not put in your mouth. I have the label. What is this? Curly label journal. Oh my gosh, my brain is not working. This is the stamp that I owe to Morgan that I shipped to somebody else when I got it made. And I just went ahead and fussy cut around it. I like the uneven edge of it. I don't know. I found a journal card that was printed that had been die cut, and I thought, well, I kind of like the idea of doing it with this. Now you could stamp it on a rectangle and be okay. All right, so I'm just going to slip that under there. And on the back side here, I've got this little fussy cut element that I thought I would glue on the top. Again, you can see I'm just keeping these rather plain. This live stream is going to go fast, so I'm going to show y'all some stuff that I'm working on. All right, so we'll put that right here. And there's another page made. Just simple, okay? Now you can add titles on here. You could stamp it. You can do all kinds of stuff. All right, so I'm going to set this over here. This one goes there. getting the next element. So I have an abundance of envelopes in my stash. And so that you guys didn't have to wait on me to get this to dry, because it takes time to do that, I took an envelope, depends where you're from, right? On your wish list. Good, Lori. I sprayed this with the mint Tattered Angels glimmer mist that comes in the what kit are we doing? Garden Tea Party. I am brain dead today. Garden Tea Party junk journal. And I just thought, well, that makes it kind of pretty by adding a little bit of a pattern to it. And then I have one of the Victorian stencils here. And I have some Distress Oxide and Dusty Concord, and I have a little oval blending brush. Now this stencil does have some delicate areas because of the way I drew the design. So you just kind of have to be gentle, but you can come in here and add a little pattern to an envelope. These were envelopes that there were two different people involved. One was my mom. She used to put out all the American greeting cards at places like Walmart and Target and Kmart. She would travel all over the greater Oklahoma City area to do it. And whenever she was done with the card setups, if there were envelopes left over, she would bring them home. Well, I ended up with a bunch of those. And then I had another friend that did the same thing, but did it for Hallmark. So again, she gave me a box full of her envelopes. And I found them a few days ago when I was rearranging, you know, that whenever that was, 2 months ago. Julie remembers the pictures. And I got them out and I put them in a place that I walk by them every day. So I've been trying to figure out ways that I can use my envelopes. I'm going to clean my hands off real fast. That Distress Oxide gets all over my fingers. So I'm just using a little bit of Thieves Cleaner, rubbing it on my hands. I did not get a sprayer yet. I have not left the house other than to go pick up the print job. So I haven't gone to the dollar store, but I did see that this spray bottle that I use in the kitchen, the sprayer fits my blue bottle. For y'all's information, it does fit. So I know that I can go to the dollar store and buy one of these and replace the sprayer on that bottle. All right, so I've got an envelope here. Let me make sure I didn't have... Okay. I was trying to remember what I did on the other one. Let's put that over there. I went ahead and decorated a second one. Oh, thanks for subscribing, Catherine. Thank you so very much. So I did another one. So I have two. Well, I thought it would be kind of neat to put these bottom to bottom so that this opened out that way and glue them together so I could use them as a journal page. I'm trying to find my little piece of fabric. So I got a little piece of fabric here. I'm going to take some Aleene's Tacky Glue and I'm just going to kind of make a little line. So use your favorite glue. If you want to take this to the sewing machine, you can. I did not, partly because I didn't want to sew through the bottom of my envelope. I wanted to be able to use the full height of it with my journal card inside. So I'm going to put these side by side. And what I could do, but I don't see it, I had some washi tape here. Sometimes your pages will move on you and you're trying to do this technique. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to lay down, once I get it where I want, some washi tape so it doesn't move. Got it pretty even. And I'm going to take my fabric. I'm just kind of touching it to the page, getting it straight. And then I'm going to press that into place. This planner is 8.5 by 11 folded in half. If that question's for me. So it has 6, maybe 7 I think it's six two-sided pages that I put in here is what I printed from the kit. All right, so basically on your envelopes, if it is too tall, maybe you're using a number 9 or number 10 business envelope, well then fold it up or cut it in half, or cut it apart so you can use it. I thought this would be kind of neat to use it this way. So I'm going to flip this over real fast and cut this. All right. And now it had a design here, and I just did I'm trying to do this really super simple. You like this idea? Then I'm going to take one of the butterflies and just glue it onto the flap, just purely for decoration. And I know it's going that way. I thought it should go that way because it's an envelope. So you would think that it came that way. Not that you put the design going this way. We'll just put it this way. And it covered up where it said Hallmark. Oh, to do the boss fight, Adele, just do exclamation point boss, and then you're in. Now, you may need some points. I don't know if you have any, so let's go. Let me do this for you. Currency, Smith, open. There you are. I'll give you some junk bucks so you can play. There you go. So basically, as you watch, you earn junk bucks. And when you earn those junk bucks, then you can play the in-chat games and win more junk bucks. When you get to 2,000 junk bucks, I'll give you 200 junk bucks redeemed for a $10 off coupon. All right, so you see, really simple. We just made a hinge. So now this can be a journal page that we put in our journal. You could also, and I'm going to show you on a different page, you could also just put fabric on one and attach it to another page, and then it would flip back and forth, okay? All right, so on this side, I want to stamp. So I'm going to grab my rubber stamps, and I've got My Cup of Happy. So I want to do that one. Da, da, da. But I don't know, do I need that one? I don't think I need this one right now. So where did it go? There. I'm trying to remember to put my stamps up. All right, so My Cup of Happy. And we're going to stamp that. Make sure it's right side up in this bottom corner. Because the envelope is plain, I thought that would at least give you place to write if you want. Hey, Connie, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, Nadine. Hey, the Paper Diva. All right, on this side, let's do Keep Calm and Drink Tea. How about that? Keep Calm. So I think it's called Keep Calm. Or no, it may be Drink Tea. I think it's Drink Tea. I think if you have to do Drink Tea to get it. Wow, that's awesome, Barb. In that he gets to go on a trip and you get a vacation. That was a joke. Sarcasm, y'all. All right, so now I need something to go inside, right? I have a couple of journal cards. I just trimmed them to be slightly smaller than the envelope. So it's about a 5x7 envelope. It's a little bit bigger. So I made these just under 5x7. I rounded the corners and put distress inks on them. And this is it's not a dot board, curl dot border. I don't know. I forgot. Just type border. Look at all the borders. You want them all. Border. And I've got it upside down so it's closer to me while I stamp. You know, why make it harder on yourself? And am I in frame? Let me get it where I'm in frame. I'm going to center it. So I'm kind of using where this little bump comes out. I don't know if you can see it. And try to look at my journal card. And I'm going to come down, oh, 1/4 an inch to 3/4 of an inch, whatever. And I stamped it across the top. Now you can write on top of that line. Yes, it's a little wonky, but that's okay. And do it again. Oh, I thought I'd already done it on the other card. Sorry, you get to see me do it. In case you don't know what I'm doing, I'm stamping on a card. If you didn't get it the first time, you've seen it now 4 times. You've been asked if you would take a dog from a breeder and said yes, of course. Oh my goodness, you're getting a new puppy or new doggy? Oh, how fun. You met an Aussie lady at the hot springs in Colorado? Nice. All right, so I just did something really simple there. Oh, that's what it was. I was trying to remember what I needed that rubber stamp for that I had out. Okay. Chamomile Stamp. It's just the little flowers. I thought it'd be kind of pretty to stamp it in this lower corner. So we just kind of made fancy stationery. Curly dotted border. Robin found it. Curly dotted border. I knew it's had some strange name. It's hard to remember the names of these. Especially when I have to name them. Because I'm like, what do I call this? It's a border stamp. Okay, you like it? All right, so this is going to go in here. And again, I didn't add a whole bunch of stuff because as a planner, you may want to use this for the month of September because you still want to be a little bit of the summery or whatever. Or you want to save this. Okay, I know this fits in here. Save this for next March because you have plans and you want to be able to do that. Well, you can write your dates on here. You can add little labels if you want and put your dates on there. Okay, got that one made. Trying to get my pile ready. All right, so here is the most complicated one. My nose itches. And again, this stream is going to go fast, so I've got some stuff to show y'all. Okay, I think I got everything out. All right, I need to look at my sample. Okay, so I stamped that side. I have a dictionary page that I sprayed with the blush Tattered Angels from the Garden Tea Party kit. It's kind of a pinkish, copperish red iridescent. And I don't know if y'all can see it. It's just, it shimmers a lot. And you may not be able to see the actual shimmer, but it's really quite pretty. And I decided that I just wanted to add something to the top and the bottom. My nose is itching. Let me find a napkin. Maybe I need to blow my nose. Pardon me. I was sneezing a bunch this morning and I just remembered I didn't take my Benadryl, so something is irritating my nose. So this time I have from the Lace Duo. I know I've been using this a lot this past couple of weeks. That's what happens to me. I find a favorite thing and I use it. And hopefully when I use it so often, you are seeing different ideas of how to use the same stamp. It's don't try it later. Try it later. Yes, that's where all the nice people are. Yeah, that stamp would work to make writing lines on a journal card. Yes, definitely, Lori. You could have the little curlies in between. For sure. You could also use, I got a couple other stamps. I should use it more often, but, you know, I have this journal, bordered journal lines. And so it's two separate stamps. So you can just stamp the border if you want. If you want your journal card to have lines going this way, you can make a mask. So you just have the opening. And then you stamp across like that. You can stamp this just by itself, or you can put the two together, and when you stamp it, you'll have journal lines. I got my frame down. Gotta get it lined up. Going this way. Okay. I think that's right. Is that it? Aha, I still need this, but I'm going to put it aside for a moment because I have two book pages that I spray just a little bit with some of the Tattered Angels bluebells. And yeah, I think it was bluebells. This side looks like it has more on it. Maybe it was the purple. And maybe it transferred off of my stencil. That's what happened. I've got from the Garden Tea Party the stencil, the half sheet stencil. And I'm going to use my Distress Oxide. You know, and I don't have to do the whole thing, so I'm going to do this first. I've got these two pieces of paper. Put them back to back. I'm going to take the corner and fold it down just a little bit. And I didn't on my sample, but I'm going to on this one. I'm just going to trim off that corner. Okay, it may not be straight, that's okay. And then I'm going to fold this to the inside of my sprayed page. Did I just do that wrong? I did. This one was right. I was pushing it back the wrong way. So basically, these should line up pretty close. This one probably needs to come down a little bit. There we go. Like that. I'll go ahead and glue this little top. That way, we're making a pocket that's going to be attached to my journal. And I wanted this top portion just to be a little bit stronger because it is a book page. Okay? And then while I'm at it, I'm going to put my lid on this. I'm going to glue these together, and then we're going to stamp. Yeah, you'll like this when I get it done. So I'm just going to go down the side, across the bottom, making a pocket out of these two pieces of paper. So I'm just going to line them up, one on top of the other. Now you could go to your sewing machine and sew these together if you want. You could have stitched down this edge and then stitched around the outside edges to give it a look. But I wanted to do something different today because I'm always sewing, it seems like. We'll do some sewing here in a little bit. So I'm going to take my stencil and lay it on here. I'm going to take the Distress Oxide Mermaid Lagoon, and I've got that blending brush again. Line this up. I'm just going to come in here and stencil. Stenciling away. You see that? But we're not done yet, because I thought it needed something else. So we're going to do another step here in a moment. This is a great way to use those book pages. And then you're like, but they're so plain. Well, spray them, stencil them, and now we're going to stamp. So now I'm going to clean my hands again because that Distress Oxide always gets on my fingers. And then everything I touch is whatever color Distress Oxide it was. All right, so now I have the Lace Duo again. And I'm going to stamp around the outside edge. So I'm going to stamp and then rotate it and stamp. I'm not using the full stamp width. The length I am, but not the width. Can you see that? Big black box. Carrie, where is Carrie? We haven't seen her in a while. But wait, there's more. So we're going to stamp here. I had a stamp pad open, or no, my foam block on my table. And she was like, what's the black box? Why do I see a black box? Carrie, we love you. Okay, what do you think? Got a pocket. But Linda, what are you going to do with it? Wait, there's more. All right, so where are my pieces? Oh, here they are. I couldn't find my pieces of paper. So I decided that, okay, this is a pocket, but I need another pocket to go on top. So I just cut a piece of paper that's just slightly narrower. So the book page is 5 inches wide by, I think, almost 8 inches tall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and a quarter. This piece of paper happened to be 2 inches by 4 inches. It was a scrap that was laying on my desk, and I was like, oh, I can use that. And I rounded the corners. I've gone ahead and added the little pieces of paper to the back side and folded them so they're ready. And I want to decorate this piece. So I've got from the Blooming Cube. Again, I've been using this a lot, but I like it. And I'm just going to stamp, rotating it, stamp, stamp, right on the edge. And see how that just changes how that pocket... What? What do you want? What? Poke, poke, nudge, nudge. Okay, gotcha. Why do I fold the triangle part down inside the pocket? You mean this thing? Or why did I do this? Oh, because I want this so I can stick my journal card in here and you see it poking out. Okay, I got it. Raffle. So that's going to go in here. We're not there yet, but wait, we're not ready. This is the most complicated page. Pay attention. Okay, so this is going to go on the front here. But you know, before I do that, there's another step I want to make. I've got a piece of fabric again. And this time I'm going to glue it down the edge of my page. But I wanted to make sure that I didn't make it too wide. So I laid it on top of my other page. And I'm going to take this piece and go from here to here. And I'll cut it off at the top here. Okay, where is it? There's the top. And I'm going to put glue right here. And we're going to go to the sewing machine in a minute. I didn't do my distress ink yet, but that's okay. We're going to go to the sewing machine in a moment. And I didn't have to stamp on this side, but I did it anyway in case some of it peeked out. And I want to make sure that my fabric doesn't go beyond my page because I'm actually going to adhere this to my page. You're biting your nails, Ada! All right, so we're going to go to the sewing machine in a moment, and we're going to stitch down this edge. So I'm just waiting for the glue to dry, and we're going to do the raffle. You've done crafting videos. It's hard to multitask, isn't it? Okay, let me give... Where's the sewing lamb? Giovanna made this. Sewing cam. So I'm just going to quickly go around this. We're making a two-sided pocket, y'all. Have you caught on? It's going to be a two-sided pocket. Sewing lamb. All right, so I just went around the edge with distress inks. Y'all in the raffle? I'm going to get a drink. He doesn't like your accent. You just forget the punctuation, Lori. It's okay. All right. All right. We'll do this prize, and then I'll show you something else, and we'll make that the next prize. Okay. Are y'all ready? Suzanne's in. Hello, Suzanne. How's your husband? I hope he's well. Alrighty, giveaway. So, for 200 junk bucks, the winner is Sam Spade. Hey, Sam, you're here. I haven't seen you chatting. Hello, and congratulations, Sam. All right, let's reset like that. And we're going to go rose, chipboard, and coffee stamp set. Open giveaway. Okay. I think Robin gave me this, or I had it. I don't know which, but this is clear stamps from Stampabilities that says, but first coffee, thanks latte, coffee over everything. And then it's got some, little coffee related emblems. And then this is from the Enchanted Rose subscription box. These are some of the chipboard pieces. So I'm going to pass that along, and that's going to be our prize. All right, we're going to go to the sewing machine. And again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch just down this edge. Mainly because I kind of wanted it for decorative purposes, but I didn't want to spend a lot of time sewing today, so that was the only thing we're going to do. Oh, I'm sorry, Sam. Well, I get it. You got to rest when you can. All right, sewing cam. Oh, we're not straight. I finally got some new earbuds today, and then I've been busy. I didn't get them turned on. I was going to use them. All right, regular sewing machine. Oops, I'm getting over here. Regular sewing machine, regular threads, set on zigzag. I've lined it up with my presser foot here so I can just sew right down this side. That way I'm not... have it in the right spot. Oh, good. I'm glad, Suzanne. That's amazing. It's amazing. My father-in-law has the, it's macular something or another where it's supposed to just start narrowing his eyesight. But so far it's stayed steady, and he's 75. So we're really blessed. So I'm glad to hear it. All right, I'm going to stitch down here. We're just a stitching. Finally caught up to you? Okay, good. Did I open the raffle? Okay, I did. I was worried that I didn't even open it. I've done that. Okay, we're done sewing, so we're going to come back over here. Back where you belong. Okay. So I got that part done. All right, I'm liking it. So I have a pocket. That's going to go on here. So I'm going to make this element. So I've got a pocket with a pocket. Okay. So we'll put that right here. Now see how it covers up our book page? Macular degeneration. Yes, Julie, you got it. All right. Got that portion. Oh, but I've got another one of these because you know what? This is two-sided. So that's going to go there. You like that? Was that clever? I just happened to have the one ready for the other side. I really tried to plan ahead. No pun intended. I know, I'm full of it today, aren't I? Are you laughing with me? I hope so. I hope you're entertained and not annoyed. Okay. So, I'm going to set this aside for a second. And we're going to pick this up. On this side, we have the lace stamped. I picked out a couple of these tear-off pages, and then I cut some paper to be the shape of a label, okay? And all I did was took a rectangle. I think it's 2.5 inches long by 1 inch wide. This was a scrap of paper from whenever I was cutting either the labels for my rubber stamps or some of Norella's digital images. I saved those scraps. I almost had a scrap disaster. This is my bag, okay? It is a cut-off paper sack, so it's not a full paper sack. And I did that because if this gets full, in fact, there's something in there that's not supposed to be. If this gets full, it can't have any more added to it. So I'm trying to dig in here, and I've got these little narrow pieces of paper that I'm using to put words on in sentences and sayings and just whatever, one word helps. And then I just cut the corner off. And then I learned this from Corey Danum. Oh my goodness. I took this is a gift card. In fact, this is how I'm going on my cruise. My father-in-law gave me a gift card. Well, you can match it up with the edge. Like I should do this one since I like that size. I need to take my scissors and I just need to cut it. And now I have this little size that I can just cut those corners off and they'll be even all the way around. And then I went around the edges with distress ink, but I was like, you know, it's too stark white. I want to make a difference in that. So I grabbed a paintbrush. I've got 2 of them. This is from the Tattered Angels Garden Tea Party. And I've shaken it up. I know, I opened the lid. Y'all get nervous. And I'm going to come in here and just paint the label. Thank you, Debbie, for your donation. Thank you, Suzanne and Barb. And thank you, Debbie again. And Lori for your donation. I greatly appreciate it. And I'm just adding the color. The dancing sheep will move in a moment. Okay, so I'm just adding directly onto this white piece of linen cardstock. It's just some that I had printed items on. And it just kind of, I don't know, gives it a pretty little pattern. I'm going to use my heat tool to dry it because I want to stamp over the top of it. And it needs to be dry because if you stamp on something that's wet, the ink just kind of soaks and spreads on the page. It doesn't stay crisping on top of the image on the page. What's in the bottle? I just happen to have it on my desk. All right, so now I've got the sketched wildflowers and I've got my distressed ink. And I did it that way because the sepia tone was a little bright. But if I stamp it with the distressed ink, not the distressed oxide or a permanent ink. It just gives it a subtle pattern. Oh, I bet your arm hurts, Julie. I had mine. Dahman, Dahmen. Thank you, Lori. I could not say her last name because I wasn't seeing it in front of my face. So it was like, what? Dahman? All right, so I'm going to center. These are just tear off notepad papers. And I'm going to glue them down. You like that, Julie? So you can just kind of make your own by stamping. Use the distress ink in a lighter shade like this. You could use walnut stain, you could use vintage photo, something like that. And so it has a little pattern, but yet it's in the background. So you can write over the top of that, and it's not going to take away from whatever you put on top. It's just going to enhance it. Okay? And then I'm just putting these up here at the top. Oh, thank you, Janice, for your donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I'm just going to glue that right here. And then I'll glue this one over here. Again, you know, we've added, I sprayed the background. I didn't add stenciling on this side. And I added the rubber stamp. So when you come to this page in your journal, you get this really pretty pattern. And then you'll see it again later. So on this side, let me get my sample open. I took a junior legal notepad of paper and ripped the pages out. So basically, did I put the pad back? I don't see it. Ah, bugger. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. So junior legal notepad, and I just ripped a page out, and I sprayed this one with the tea color that's in the set. And now I'm going to grab a piece of paper, and I've got the Diamond with Flare stencil, and I've got the Distress Oxide Mermaid Lagoon again. So I'm going to come in here and add a little pattern. These are those makeup brushes, again, that I got them off of Amazon. So if any links that you use in my description box, they're either to my shop or to Amazon. Doesn't cost you any extra if you use those links. I just get a commission. So I appreciate you if you do that. All right. So now, big reveal. Isn't that pretty? How that came together? And I've gone ahead and went around the edge with Distress inks. So what I'm going to do, just temporarily, is unfold this over. And I'm going to glue this down. I've already went around the edge with Distress inks. I think I said that. Didn't I? Did it? Where am I, Paper Diva? I am in Yukon, Oklahoma, in the center of the United States, in the center of Oklahoma, pretty much. All right, so I'm going to put that. I'm going to flip it over. And guess what? I already have one done for this side. Oh, Nadine, congratulations on your coupon code. I will be emailing you out that code tomorrow for your $10 off to my shop. Yeah, exactly. Use the tea. Okay, exactly. So if you don't have the tea color because you didn't get this set, you could tea dye some paper. And then you can spray it with dazzling diamonds. That would be gorgeous if you sprayed it with dazzling diamonds. I highly recommend that if you like the sparkle, you like a little sparkle, you don't necessarily want to change the color of everything, but you want some sparkle, get the Dazzling Diamonds because it is really pretty. It just adds a little bit of a shimmer to it. All right. So I put this on here. We've done some stenciling. Well, let's do some rubber stamping. Why not? So we got the time. I've been rushing right along. So now I'm taking the from the blooming cube again, and I'm going to stamp it. I kind of alternate when I do these. Try to do it in different directions so that you don't get the exact same pattern. I don't know, I just thought that this really kind of helped give us some focal on our page here. And again, I'm not adding a multitude of layers. I'm going to do it on this side as well. Not really, because I'm using thin copy paper, or I'm using the Junior Legal Notepad, and my foundation page is a dictionary page that's rather thin. That's part of the reason why I glued these other papers to it. I feel it kind of gives it a little bit more stability. I got you, Julie. Well, that might be something you want to put on your wish list, Julie. Maybe someone will gift you some. Okay, so I just went all the way around. Now I want to make sure that because I went all the way around that I have this right side up for the next step, which is I'm going to take this page and we're going to adhere it to this page. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to put glue, let me move that out of the way, on my little strip of fabric. So I'm just kind of making some dots. And then I'm going to line it up. I'm going to make sure my page is straight here. I'm going to line this front edge up with my page. And from top to bottom, I'll kind of center it a little bit. And then I'm going to press this into place. So while that's doing that, I'm going to set this aside. And I've got a journal card that I want to put in the pocket here. So what I'm going to do is, again, I'm using the same little blooming flower because it's on my desk. You know, if you're getting out your tools, do you want to spend all your time swapping out for every single moment of your journal? Well, you don't have to. Now, you could pre-make embellishments, like sit down and make 5 or 6 or 10 of this journal card that I'm about to make, and then put it in your bin, and then the next time you sit down, you do a different stamp design so you get a different look. So I'm doing this per page, but if you want to mass produce something, just do this. Grab some cards, round the corners, distress the edges, and then start stamping on them with your different stamps that you have. I'm going to take this stamp, and we're going to stamp it across the corner. And you know what? I've got one of these labels that I stamped on the same craft cardstock. So I'm going to glue at the top here, right about here. Okay? And I like the way this looks, so I'm going to stamp it. See if I got it the way I want it. Yeah, let's put it right here. Just kind of makes a little pattern on there. So I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to stamp across the back of here and across that corner. And so now I have a little journal card that I made that will fit in the little pocket there. And then I have from the kit, from the subscription box, one of the journal cards that I thought I would put in here. So you kind of have this layered effect. This should be good enough for now. So I'm liking that. Well, I was looking at this and I was thinking, well, I needed something in here. So I took one of those strips and I have the Notes rubber stamp and I just trimmed it to the size. It may be a little crooked. It's got some distressings on the edges and I'm just going to put it right here in the middle. So this has got lots of layers in it. If you love that in your planner, then by all means do that. I was just keeping this simple, but yet decorated with lots of unique texture layers. Yes, that label is from the Find Your Wings set. I'm using this label, Sam. Thank you, Julie. Thank you very much. You see how that's coming together? So now this should be dry enough now that when you get to this page, you can flip it over in the fabric here. And then you'll be able to see the front side and the back side of that. Isn't that cool? So I've got another one of these. It's going to go here. Like it, like it, like it. Like that. So I already have another one of these made. So I'm going to put that in here. And then I've got another one of the fussy cuts that I'm going to put in here. And then I just took a tall, skinny card. Basically, this was a piece of, I think you guys get one this size in your subscription box sometimes. And this was some that were left over. And I just trimmed it so that it would fit within my pocket. And then I made a label. I dropped my punch. Oh my gosh, I was so sad. I dropped my punch and I thought it was done. There was no way I could fix it again. And I glued it back together and it still works. So this is the T stamp. And I stamped it again with the Distress ink. Oh, thank you, Margie. Hey, lady, how are you? I stamped it again on a piece of ivory cardstock over the top of, and I thought that would make a cute label. And then this will go in here. Now you could put it this way. I think I did on my sample. I did. Okay. It'll kind of stick out the top there a little bit. All right, so we're going to flip this over here. And on this side, I have one of the fussy cut elements in the kit. Thank you, Margie, for your support. I greatly appreciate it. I'm going to glue that and put it right here. Kind of smooth that out. And then on those little bitty strips of paper, I stamped some words. And I just realized I'm missing one. Oh, here it is. It says, aspire to be amazing. And I just put it right here. I just thought it was kind of pretty to add. The name of the flower stamp was from the Blooming Cube. There's 4 in that set. The Blooming Cube. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then I made some more of these curly swirly journal line things. And I thought that would be cute in there. You like it? And then we're going to flip this over. And on this side, I have a little teapot that's going to go here. Oh, Julie. All right, we're going to put that right there. So this page is thicker. It's got some thickness to it. And then I've got Live Your Best Life. I think that's what I did on this side, wasn't it? Didn't I? Yeah, there we did. Okay. Live Your Best Life. Like that. And then I had another one of these journal cards that went in there. Okay. So now I want to show y'all something. You like that, Ada? Y'all enter the raffle. I didn't stick these down in there yet, so I'm just going to take a paper clip just so that I don't glue them into the pocket. So when you come to this page, I'm gonna change it because I want this. Let's do this. We'll do 2. I want this to be the center of my journal, of my planner, because when we get to this page, I just like that it's kind of interactive. And if you want it in the center, probably, because you could say to-do list right here, and then that way you could just put everything that you need here. You've got notes, and you'll be able to find this every time you go straight to the middle of your journal. All right, so I wanted to show y'all. So this is what I am working on taking with me. This is my containers that I have so far. And I'm thinking of changing it because I really want one container that everything fits in, and I haven't even put a journal in here yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm taking a few things with me when I go on my vacation next week. Thank you, Laura, for your donation. And I'm going to put the journal together in just a moment. And I wanted to be able to look at some ideas, which was, I have a book here, a dictionary. I wanted to rip the pages out, maybe decorate them minimally, okay? Not a lot, because I am traveling and I don't want to spend hours working on a page, but enough that it has a distressed edge, maybe it has a stencil pattern on it, and then make it into a thingy where that could be a sample journal card or a tuck spot or a pocket or a bookmark or an embellishment. So I wanted to take a few little things with me to enable me to be able to create like that. So I have pre-stamped a few images, like these little butterflies in my postcards. I've even got some of the faux postage in here, the butterfly one. I don't know what's... Somebody's calling me, but I'm not gonna answer you, 'cause I don't know you're who you are. Okay, so I've got some images that I thought, okay, I'll fussy cut those. And then I found yesterday, or maybe it was today, I had these from when I did a thankful journal. These were printed on my laser printer when it was running out of ink. And I thought, well, I could take those with me. And these were on copyweight paper. Well, I've got a few little journal cards in here, and I've got the book pages. So I've had some rulers. I have a little tiny coloring book that I thought, well, you know, if anything, I could cut these pages up and use elements out of them. I've got a couple of envelopes, so if I find something little, or if I'm making something and I don't want it scooting around in here, I've got a little container for it. And then I just grabbed a stack of these ivory colored journal cards, and I happened to find, this is like a template, I think, that I punched out of some heavy paper. And I thought, well, who knows, maybe I'll use that to mask or to trace. I've got a little bottle of glue. I'm thinking about going and finding either this cap or taking this cap off just for the cruise, because I like the being able to stand this up, and I don't need that much during the cruise. One of my Fiskars paper scissors. Okay, so I'm getting a little thing, and then in here I put some watercolor pencils. So these are colored pencils that you can use a brush with. It's called ink tints, and they're really bright colored. And I've got a couple of water brushes, and I may, you know, kind of do some coloring on some pages. I've got a mechanical pencil, I've got a pen, I've got a glue stick in there. So I've got a variety of little things in this doodad that closes, but it's not quite big enough for everything that I want to take. So let me move that out of the way. I've got this little iris photo case, and I was looking at it, I thought, well, this will be perfect for what I want to do, which is I want to take a few colors of distress inks, and then I want to take my little brushes that go with these distress inks. So I just kind of played with it until I got it in the box. And then I designed these. You're going to love them, because it fits, and I wanted to do something small. I made stencils that are quarter sheet stencils. So this stencil is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inches. And I'll get a blank sheet of paper here so you can see that they truly are when you line them up. I think my stencil material is just over, but so it kind of lines up on my page here. So you can kind of have a smaller pattern, and you also have a travel size. I thought I had the little daisy stencil out, but maybe it's over here. Well, there it is. Okay. So this is the original Little Daisies stencil. More Little Daisies, I think. And this is my miniature one. So it's a little bit smaller. Like quilt squares. You love the little stencil, Sally? Thank you. You like the little flower ones? Yes, I'm going to be offering these in my shop if y'all like it. I have to play with designs and getting them, you know, shrunk, because I can't take them too small, or it just doesn't come together as a stencil, just as a blob, or it breaks off because it's so fragile when you take it that small. So I'm thinking of naming them quarter stencil number 1, set number 1, quarter stencil set number 2, and I'll try to group them in what I think is logical. I thought these kind of are flowers, so it's a flower set, and I like these 2 stencils together, and this is one of my favorites, and I love the scattered flowers when you use it, and I'll just kind of do that with some of the other stencils. I'll pair them up together, and we'll offer these. Yeah, and there'll be a bundle where you get 4 stencils for 1 price. Yeah, you like the small and big ones? Yeah, okay, cool. All right. Well, I'm glad, because this was all prompted by my need and want to be able to take some stencils with me. I've got a little piece of paper here I can use as a mop-up, and this fits in my lid. And then that closes up. So I have so far these items, okay? And I want to take a relatively plain journal. I may have a printed front cover, or I may do a collage front cover, and then the pages themselves are pretty much just going to be copy paper, because my plan is to make an example and put it on the page and then write around it. So I don't really want to compete with book pages and whatnot as my foundation. Does that make sense? Great size. You like it? Yay! Gotcha. I understand, Julie. I understand. Well, I hardly use them, but I was doing some projects and I got to thinking, you know, just because I don't always use little stencils doesn't mean other people wouldn't want to use little stencils. So, there you go. Alrighty, we're going to put the journal together now. And do y'all want to see, I'm trying to get my stuff out of the way. Okay, here. I may do a quick video if you want to see. Do you want to see a video of when I finally finish my kit of what I want to take with me, and then I show y'all everything that's in it? And what I could do is I can video when I get back. That's what I'll do. I'll do a video showing you what it is, and then I'll do a video when I get back, and I'll probably talk about the pros and the cons of what I did. You know, I wish I would have done that, or I like this. I'm just kind of cleaning up my desk so that I can get all the pages ready. Oh, here's my new earbuds that I got. I'm just all over the place today. Here's my new earbuds that I got, and I'm really looking forward to using them, and I'm sad that I didn't get them out today. I had one piece left over, so as we're putting this journal together, if you're like, hey Linda, put that there. Video the travel kit, Janine. All right. I'll do that. I'm going to kind of play around with it. I may not end up with a particular one container. I don't know. I kind of like the ideas of having the smaller containers to hold things so they don't just go everywhere. I've also used Ziploc bags, and I've also used, I'm trying to see if I can grab it. This came out of a tote that I had and has Velcro on it, and you're supposed to Velcro it in. But these little bags are the greatest. So that way I could put in what I need, I can see it, and then I can take it out. But I'm not buying any more of these containers. I gotta dig around my room and see what I have that I can use. And I think this one's gonna get victimized. All right, so this is going to be oh, thank you, Nadine, for your donation. Thank you, Linda Gray. Thank you, Laura, Margie, Janice, Janet, Debbie, Suzanne, Barb, Catherine for subscribing. Debbie, again, for your second donation. Thank you, and Lori. All right, so that's going to be my center of my journal, okay? I like that. And then I love how this little envelope page came together. And I do have tabs, so I want to make sure when I'm looking at these that I kind of disperse them throughout the journal. So like this one's going to be closer to the back of the journal. This one I've got pretty up front. So do I want this one at the top front, or do I want this one at the top front? I think I want to put this one. So let's go over here. I've got this one in the middle. So let's put it about in here. And what I did is I decided that I wanted a page in between each of the printed pages because there were so many. Oh, and I forgot. I took the pocket that comes in the kit, and I thought I would lay on here. And I took a couple of the journal cards. It'll go in here. And then I made this. So I took some notebook paper, just a sheet of notebook paper. Here we go. Like that. Just with the 3 holes. And I trimmed it down the side here because I didn't want the holes. They were detractive to me. I didn't want them in there. So I cut off the holes. Then I cut it in half. And then I cut it in half again. But that was after I sprayed it with some Tattered Angels Glimmer Mist. And I did it with the Open Lattice stamp, stencil. And made a few little pages. Stamped it with the lavender. Stitched across the top of this card that's folded over. And then put the to-do list. And I did not trim the thread. And I thought that would be kind of cute to put this in your front cover. So I'm going to glue that down. Oh, thank you, Debbie. Thank you so very much. Okay. So that's going to go there. So this is going to be my front cover of the tea journal. So I'm going to set that here for a second. And then I've got these pages. So these are the planner pages. I'll just kind of flip through. And I've kind of got them in what order I think I want them to be. Just so that when you're flipping through the journal, what you see on the pages as you come to them. Okay. So I know I want these 2 up here. Maybe like that. That. And let's do this one and this one. And then we're going to do this one and this one. And then this one and this one. Okay, so that worked out. So I just kind of put them in the order that I think that I want them. And I'll look at it. Now, is it probably better? This tab and this tab and this tab are all in the front. I only made one tab in the back. Well, maybe that's where it should go because it's in the middle. Maybe what I should do is flip these so it'll be closer to the middle. So I'm going to flip this. Okay, so now I'm going to grab the first page. So when you open the journal, you have the pink, and then this calms you down with the butterfly. And then we've got the month, and then you'll have the one that says journal, and there's a tab on the front page. So that's kind of good placement, I guess, because that should show you where your calendar is for the month. Thank you so much, Adele. Adele, thank you so much. And then this is the next printed kit. So we've got that coming next to each other. And if you don't like something, switch it. All right, so here is our envelopes. Just a few pages in. I'm just kind of lining it up in the center. Okay, I like that. And then here's the next printed planner page. And then we've got this page. Another printed page. I'm liking how it's looking. So I'm kind of looking at it. So these are all in the front because I did it wrong. I should have paid attention and put one of those in the back, but come on now. Cooperate. What are you hung up on? That is odd. Is that paper bigger? Oh, my stuff fell out. It's like this one piece of paper. It is bigger. Well, I didn't think it was, but it's bigger. I thought this was just regular copy paper. I'm looking at it to see. All right, I think I can just cheat and trim it. So, taking the page off. All right, if I go slow, I should be able to trim this. I could get my paper trimmer out. That would be faster. All right, let's go this way. So I'm just going to line it up. I wonder where I got this paper. That's funny that it's so much bigger. Is that what I want to do? Yeah, I will do it. I don't think I got... You know what? I just realized I've got this too close to the top. This must have been a specialty paper that I found. Oh, I know what it might... No? Is this the rice paper? I had some rice paper, but I don't think I used it. Alright. Squirrel! We had to go off onto a tangent while we cut the paper down. Alright. So now this one goes here. Then this one goes here. And you know what I could do? I don't know why I didn't think of this. I could do this. And then my tabs in the back. And not all of them are in the front. Durr! Come on, Linda. Use your brain. Okay, I like that better. I think I've got this page upside down. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to go back through this one more time. My journal cards fell out, so I'm just going to lay them here. And I've got one little fussy cut piece that we can use. So if you see a place... And it's fine if they aren't all even, but this one was sticking out beyond all of my other pages, which means it would be crumpled and wrinkled, and I didn't want that because I do have a pretty clean edge. So that's going to be my inside cover. That's our first page. We've got journal, and you have a tab, so that kind of points me to this page. I could add this little piece there. Why don't I? I'm going to add it there. Then I use all the pieces. See? Okay. And then planner page. Okay, that's going to go in here. I like it. Okay, so we get our tools and we're going to put this together. All right, so we need to do the raffle for the rubber stamps and the chipboard. I will bind the journal. We're going to get done early today. And we will do a drawing. I guess we've made it to the journal drawing. If not, I've got a prize we can give away. Thank you so very much. All right. So 1, 2, 3. Well, I'm going to do that. I'm going to finalize my travel kit. I'll record. Okay, here's my travel kit. I've got it all put together. Go on my vacation. And when I get back, I'll do another tutorial video, whatever, that says, okay, so I took this and here's what I did with it. And I'll show y'all what I did. Okay. So I'm just lining this all up. Because it has all those pages in there, it makes it a full journal, but because the pages weren't overly embellished, it's going to feel a rather lightweight journal, but it's just got so much to offer as far as pattern and color and variety. All right. And you can also use the same techniques I did today in a regular journal. So don't think this is just for a planner, because a lot of people use their journals as a planner. All right, so I just did a 3-hole punch. I've got my wax linen thread, and we're going to find the center here and do a pamphlet stitch. Okay, we have Linda. Yes, we have Linda. The journal raffle is up for grabs. Okay. All right. Y'all get in on the rubber stamp, and I will call a winner of that as soon as I get this bound, and then we'll do the journal raffle. Hey, Barb, the Canada girl. Like, Barb's my only person that lives in Canada. I just talk to Barb the most, I think. We message each other every so often. In fact, she helped me with finding some stuff and ideas for my stamp lines. And hey, if y'all want a prize in the past here and I haven't gotten your mailing address, please, please, please go over to my website, lindaisrael.com, and create a user account and then send me a message with your mailing address. All right, so I've got that. Okay, you know what? I am going to, we got time today. I'm going to put some charms. I'm going to put bling on here, y'all. Put all my stuff away. I have time. Thank you, Margarita, for your donation. Thank you, Ashley. Thank you, Nadine, Linda, Laura, Margie, Janice, Debbie, Suzanne, Barb, Debbie again, and Lori. Okay, so I have here somewhere, I have a few charms. Yeah, let's see what we've got here. I got a teacup. Oh, how about that? I just so happen to have a teacup and a teapot. So why don't we do that? So let's put the teacup up, or teapot up higher. So pretend that, for example, that it's trying to pour into the teacup. Oh, thank you, Ada, for your donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I could have put beads on here, but again, I don't want too much bulk in here because it just gets in the way when you're trying to write. Oh, did I not get it tight enough? Dang it. All right, don't pull on that. Leave the string on it. I should have tied a better knot. All right, so move this down lower. Another square knot. I'll leave a little tail on this one too, so it looked like it was done on purpose. Okay, I like it. Alrighty. Y'all ready for the raffle? For the clear stamps and the rose chipboard? Okay. You love the charms? Thank you, Janice. Y'all get charms. You don't... I had a limited number of charms, so everybody, I think, gets a teapot in their kit. You may or may not get, like, a cupcake, a slice of pie, another teapot. I don't know, it was a variety pack that I got. Yes, Ashley, that's what I'm describing. You get different charms in your kit. And then you get a random charm. I think it was like some gold. Where is it? You'll get a little random, like this is a grenade. I tried to pull out those. Like here's the cupcake. So you might get a cupcake. There's a teapot, but everybody for sure gets a teapot. I ordered enough of those. They're so expensive. Everything's gone up. Like what is this one? That's a rose. That's a rose. That's a little owl. There's a reindeer. It was a variety pack. Here's a pumpkin. These are the ones that I rejected to you guys, so you didn't get these in your kit. There was butterflies and flowers and hearts. There's a fish. It's a little fish. It was kind of funny. So, all right, let's see. Woot woot! All right, who's winning? Making sure I don't have any messages that I'm missing. All right, giveaway. Pick a winner. Lori Merchant. Congratulations, Lori. This will be perfect. Since you're sending me something, I'm sending you something. Congratulations, Lori. Alrighty. So we're going to reset this. And the persons that donated, Ada, Margarita, Ashley, Nadine, Linda, Laura, Margie, Janice, Debbie, Suzanne, Barb, Debbie again, and Lori Merchant, y'all are available. You are eligible to win the journal, and this is entering you into a membership on my website when you make a donation. So definitely go over there if you haven't already and create a user account. I'm just saying this in general. Most of you have already done so, but make sure that you create a user account and then send me a message saying, hey, I'm so-and-so on YouTube. I donated, and I'll get you added to my YouTube donator membership. And that entitles you to some free digital downloads and discounts on items in my shop. All right, so we're going to go through the journal. I also need to stamp it in the back and sign it. So I'm getting out my This Journal Made By stamp. And we'll stamp that in the front. Or we'll stamp it in the back. Let's see. Yeah, back. This Journal Made By. put it away, grab my pen, and sign it. Next week, I haven't decided yet if I'm going to do the mini journal or if I'm going to do an eclectic journal. It kind of depends upon if I get everything done that I want to get done. All right, so on our front cover, we have a pocket. I went ahead and glued it down as a tuck spot behind so that if necessary, you want to tuck a bigger list back there, you can. You know, just because I do it a certain way doesn't mean you don't have to or you can't expound on it or embellish it. You know, you could have a big journal card back here if you want. I just thought that was kind of pretty to put it like that. You could also put it like that. In fact, that's what I'll do. It kind of smooths it out a little bit. Okay. Then we've got the first page. So you can write what month that you want to use this journal. I like the variety. Here's the envelope. So you can open this up. And then you'll be able to add your own stuff to it. If I don't get it cockeyed when I go to put it back in. All right, it fit perfectly earlier, and now it wants to get in a bind. It must be just tight enough. Okay. So that worked out. You got journaling space. You've got a place to journal. Then you've got your week, so you have a little bit of room. So you can write a date or an inspirational word up there. You've got a journal card you can leave, or you can take it away and use it somewhere else. Got more. Then I put a little label here and used the lemons around the edge. Normally I use 10 pieces of paper for my journals, and I think this time I used, how many did I use? 6 plus 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I had 12 pages. But because we didn't add a bazillion pockets, it's not overly bulky. It's funny that this page was too big. I don't know what kind of paper it was that I used. And then here we are to the center of our journal with our multiple pockets. So like this can fit, if you want, up here as well. But this will be good, I think, because you could also use this as a bookmark if you wanted to mark which page you're on. Add some little strips of paper to that even. And that flips over. And I just like this layered effect. I don't know. It's kind of fun. I'm going on and on and on because I like it. And I've made one for myself. I like it a lot. Put a tab at the back just by flipping the paper around. Another envelope. I don't think you need me to open it all the way. This, it doesn't have a lot of space in between, but it's kind of like the last ones of the book, so. And there it is. So, you like it? Yeah, I think I told you which stencils they were. This is from the kit. This is the Victorian stencil that I used. That was the open lattice stencil. That's another one of my Victorian stencils. That was the diamond with flare. This is from the subscription box, A Garden Tea Party. Okay. Alrighty, y'all like that? It's not super thick, okay? This is an easy journal. It's got some tabs on the front so those stick out. But you could pop this into your planner cover that you like to have, and you'll be able to have a nice surface to write on for your planning. Alrighty. Thank y'all for being here. Let me clean my hands one more time. And let's see. Monday, I may do the mini journal if y'all want me to. Speak up now, forever hold your peace. Or I may just do making some embellishments and journal cards. I haven't done that in a while, where I just had a session of making a bunch of journal cards and pockets and whatnots just out of things. So maybe that's what we'll do, as a play session. I won't necessarily make a journal, as I'm trying to get everything ready for my vacation. All right, y'all ready? Oh, congratulations, Barb. You get your coupon code. Okay, cool. I'll get that sent to you, and then I'll look at your orders and see if we can't save you on some shipping. Alrighty, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to pick the winner of... I guess not. When did you send it? I haven't looked in a couple of days. I haven't sat on my computer. Sorry. Oh, I will tomorrow, though. Okay. Yay! Got it. Okay. Giveaway. The winner of this planner journal is Debbie. Congratulations, Debbie. Yay! I'm glad, because she stayed up late just to be here. And she's one of my admins of the Friendly Junk Journal People Facebook group. And I am so blessed to have her. Well, congratulations. Goody. I think I have another thing to send you too. So, oh, that's right. We're going to work on your order so we can get all your stuff sent together. Well, yay! Congratulations. That's awesome. It always makes me happy when y'all win. I mean, okay. Okay, I'll look at it. It was what? Okay, I'll have to look. I thought I answered you, Ashley, but maybe it didn't go through. Because I sat down and answered a bunch of messages earlier this week. Or this week. What is this, Monday? Before the weekend. My days run together. I don't know what day it is. I don't have a weekend per se. My day after Monday is my weekend. Yay, Debbie, you're very welcome. Congratulations. And I'm glad I made one for myself, because I really like how this one turned out. So you can make it super flat, but yet it's got pretty decoration on the pages that you can do yourself. Alrighty, everybody. Y'all have a great weekend. I'll see you on Monday. I don't know what we're going to do. I hope you enjoyed it. Yep, go feed your dogs. It's early. You get off here early. Robin can go eat her dinner now. She's probably like, I'm hungry. Y'all have an amazing week, and thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate your support. Please give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends. After the video is over, come back and leave me a comment. What did you like the most? What was your favorite part? I think a lot of you are going to say this little pocket flippy thing. I like it. I like how it came together. So thank you again for supporting me. I greatly appreciate it. We'll see you next Monday at 3:45 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we'll either do the mini journal, or we will make some embellishments and cards and that kind of stuff. I'll check on your message, Ashley. I got to take a break with my brain, but tomorrow I'll be sitting at my computer. All right, y'all. Have an amazing day. Lots of love to you. Thank you. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. Have a great week. Bye, everybody.